Is it just F2? Yeah, it is. It's just F2. Okay. Because I just want to... I didn't mean to close my Restream dashboard, but I did anyway, so I'm going to open it up and just make sure that there's no problems going on here. It's loading. There it is. Yeah, okay, good. You can see my balding head. That's pretty good. So great. Okay. Yeah, long time no stream. It's nice to be back. There's been a lot of changes that have gone on, and again, I'm just assuming that, considering I'm streaming at somewhat of an odd time for the rest of the world, that most people are going to be tuning in to the archive and not the live stream itself. But you can still see. Wait, it's over here. You can still see there's my chat box here in case anyone does happen to decide to pop in and check what's going on. You never know. So I also got to be careful with how dynamic my speaking voice is, because I do have that gate on my microphone, and usually if I talk too quietly, then shit starts cutting out. But I kind of played around with the settings. It should be a really slow gate to close. So if I do start talking quietly, it doesn't just suddenly close rapidly in the middle of what I'm saying. It'll give me some time to kind of, dynamically adjust. Anyways, I'm just talking fucking shit right now. I have been learning a lot of different software lately. And one of those things is, of course, REAPER, which is what the title is. And I have so far constructed a little bit of a song here. It needs a lot of work. I don't know how much work I want to put into it, because I mostly just kind of am just, dipping my feet in the water, just to kind of test to see how things go with Reaper, to see if it kind of fits my workflow, because it's been a hell of an adventure, honestly. I'm hoping that I will actually feel motivated enough to finish editing the video. I did record a video complaining some more about Mixcraft, and I recapped the story in that video, but I'm going to recap it here in the event that video doesn't actually get posted, because that's usually how it goes for me, is that I usually don't post these things, because I hate editing. That's why I just absolutely hate editing. So it's kind of like I recorded it and I can't wait to show everyone, and then it's like, oh, but I have to do the whole dog shit editing thing that I just fucking hate. Anyways, the story of Mixcraft is that I'm fucking annoyed with the software. However, I've used it for pretty much my whole music career. Basically, ever since I discovered the wonderful, magical world of computer music, I've been using Mixcraft. And as a result, every aspect of it has been highly integrated into my workflow, which has made it very fucking difficult to switch DAWs. And the whole reason why I want to switch DAW, which, by the way, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, DAW, DAW. So the whole reason why I wanted to switch DAW is that despite Mixcraft functionally serving all of the purposes that I want it to serve, its stability has left a lot to be desired, from an endless fucking list of very, very annoying bugs and crashes. Almost, you know what? Come to think of it, I would almost prefer crashes over some of the bugs that I experience, because it's weird bugs such as saves getting corrupted, or maybe not entirely corrupted, but having some sort of weird bug basically saved into the project file itself, and that bug will persist until I start a new project. And anytime I load that old project, obviously the bug will be present. So, there's just a lot of performance problems that I just can't get over, and I can't look past them anymore. And I used to be a huge advocate for Mixcraft, but I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I was also pretty upset with their customer service when I had contacted them about some of my problems. They mostly just kind of wanted to sweep it under the rug, and just not even really address it properly. So, yeah, that's that. So that's just the story of why I've been looking into new DAWs, and for that matter, I do realize actually I'm covering up the chat. There we go. For that matter, I've actually have been playing around with Studio One. And if you're familiar with music software, you're probably familiar with Studio One, because it's very popular. I'm gonna take my OBS here. I'm gonna kind of just jam it. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to actually take my MIDI roll here, scoot that over, kind of jam that there. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted just because I have like all these other tabs in Reaper like open, and as a result, I can't see the chat. And I just want to make sure that I'm not just talking away and someone's also in the chat and I'm not able to address them. So anyways, yeah, so I had tried learning Studio One because it felt like the best route for me. It often got praised for its stability too, which was like the number one fucking reason why I left Mixcraft, is that I was just really fucking sick of the bugs. However, the more I learned it, the more I was becoming unhappy with its workflow. I really like its design. I like the concept behind it. The problem is like, it has a lot of cool technical features, really advanced features, but it's kind of like they didn't stick the landing at the very basics, the very foundation of it. One of the best examples that I can talk about, especially with my workflow, I can actually show you here right now in Reaper, because Reaper actually has this workflow. So if we look at, let's look at this hi-hat part right here. I want to move this MIDI piece over here. So you can see this is the hi-hat section right here. And basically it's just it's just this line of hats. And actually this green bar means that's the end of the loop, and this is just what like it looks like repeated. So it's just this same section repeated here and here. So anyways, we're basically just looking at this, everything between the green bar and here. So yeah, that's the hi-hats. You can even see if I select a note here, it selects it here, and it just mirrors it all the way down, right? So anyways, so when you edit a MIDI section, you get this part, a MIDI part, right? And I want to move this back over to my other screen. And you can see now with that MIDI part, I can just go to the end of the MIDI part, click on the end, and drag it out, and it will just keep looping that section indefinitely, right? This is fairly standard, and this is great for like sketching out ideas and concepts, right? Like especially with the drums, right? Drums, you can just kind of put in whatever works, whatever kind of beat you want, and then just kind of let it repeat ad infinitum while you're sketching out like the everything else in the song. So, and then after this is my workflow at least, I'll create this loop at the start and have it just loop kind of for the entirety of the song. And then I'm going to get to a certain point in the song where I'm like starting to kind of build the structure of the song. And at that point, I'm going to start going into the loops. I'll split them apart and then edit this specific section of the loop to be different from this one. And to me, this is actually seems like a very basic function, because all the software I used before this, which is going to be, I used to use, obviously Mixcraft, number one, but also I use Sony Vegas, and for a short period of time I used Sony Acid. Now, that wasn't for very long, but anyway, still, we're talking about my whole history here of editing sounds, and the way that it's always worked in these softwares is very much the same. It's the same concept, right? At the end of a part, and in Vegas, it's whether it's a video part or a audio part, doesn't matter. At the end of a part, if you click and drag, it will just loop that part over again, right? So to me, it seemed like a very basic function, which is why it feels like in Studio One, they didn't stick the foundation. Like, they have all these cool technical advanced ways of, like, creating music, but at the very basic level, I can't sketch out songs because that function doesn't exist except in one form that it still feels like it didn't stick the landing, which is what they call the pattern editor or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's like called the pattern editor, which is effectively the same thing. It's just a MIDI part, but it's kind of more designed for drums. I think actually there's kind of a version of it here in Reaper. It's slightly different, but you'll get the idea. So if we look here at this, see, like, you have your regular keyboard here, and then you can switch over to this one. And normally I think sometimes these would be labeled with like what it is. So like you'd have like this would be labeled hi-hat and this one would be labeled kick or whatever. And normally you'd use different pieces. Like, yeah, you can see here I can switch it to like diamonds or whatever, and that would kind of indicate the drum parts. So the pattern editor in Studio One has this click and drag out function for infinite loops. The problem is if we go down here, down at the bottom, you can see these little red bars down at the bottom here, right? And these red bars are the velocity, which it controls how hard you hit the hat, or whatever it is, the drum or the whatever. And there is no easy, quick, smooth way of adjusting the velocity when in the pattern editor on Studio One, at least not to my knowledge. Of course, I'm still kind of a newbie to it, but here's like the whole crux of the matter, right? I had spent probably about, I don't know, I would say probably 20 hours or more studying and watching videos and tutorials to try to get the keywords here, to try and get comfortable with Studio One. And I never felt like I reached it. And meanwhile, in Reaper, I actually just decided to try Reaper again because I had actually downloaded it a long time ago, about half a year ago. I decided to give it another try, and I just gave that second try last night. And I'm already feeling comfortable enough. I may not understand everything about Reaper, but I feel comfortable enough to be able to write a song, which is what we're doing today. So here we are in that song, and everything here has been mostly constructed from scratch. I will say that this bass line actually is kind of, I used it as the spark of creativity because I didn't really want to spend a long time like trying to think of something nice, something new to write in Reaper. I just wanted to be able to write music, not have to like actually think of something, you know, really competent. So actually this bass line is an old bass line I'd written a long time ago, and it just sat in my like dumpster of old MIDI parts that just never got used in a song. So I don't know, I probably wrote this bass line probably when I was like fucking 15 years old or something. But anyways, it kind of worked, and it's pretty funky. It's only the notes. I did change, obviously I changed the instrument because it's just the MIDI part. So I assigned the instrument, gave it this whole distorted thing, and we'll go ahead and take a listen to it right now. It's missing a lot. There's like this, here at the beginning, there's this build up right here. But it's a really, really fucking weak build-up. It needs some work. Definitely down here. I have some claps that come in, but they don't even feel like they fit in there. So like I don't want to say like this is like a super competent, super cool fucking song. Like it has a long ways to go. But that's what I'm streaming today. That's the goal of the mission today, is to try to learn some more Reaper stuff and get a little bit further with this song. So why don't we go ahead and take a listen to what I have so far. Yeah. So, there's not a lot. It's just set to a loop right here. So yeah, basically I just have that pretty weak build-up intro, and then it just goes right into this. So, and actually, I don't even intend for it to start so full, like at full blast there. I think I just moved everything over temporarily. So actually, I think I'd probably have like one section where it starts with just the bass, and then maybe this little like poppy, not like pop in the genre, but this like pop sound. I don't know how to fucking describe it. The super stab. Have this little super stab here, and then eventually build into like all this other stuff. Like we can move these super aggressive hats over here. Sort of weird. What did I do there? I think it just opened up the, yeah. And the toms too. It's weird that it does that. What happens? Like, it's strange. Okay, so yeah, so maybe it'd be like something like this. Oh shit! I have the loop set. Okay, the loop function in this takes some getting used to. Yeah, so you know, it's not starting right at like full aggression. Now, one thing I was working on before I had shut this down earlier today. I was working on this earlier today. Is I wanted to add like a second wide layer to this groove bass, so we can listen to the groove here like this. Right, so that's like kind of like the driving bass line for the song, but especially once like the after the little build up, I kind of wanted to make it fatter. So I tried adding in like an additional layer here. But it's not doing it for me, really. It's not. I think one thing I want to try doing before I completely scrap it, one thing I want to try doing is just adding in a reverb here. So we'll throw this in. We'll move that probably there. Yeah, because yeah, I think it'll be okay there. Yeah, probably like that. Like that. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that's okay. I kind of want like a top end sparkle, but I think the problem is that this synth is, ooh, but you know what I can do? I mean, technically I could do this in Mixcraft as well, but like Reaper is just like pro at this. Is I can actually I wonder if I can just duplicate. Can I go here? So oh, there we go. Let's see. Can I, is there duplicate? There's a copy, but it's copy all. Oh, here we go. Copy selected effects. Is it just Control V? Yeah, it's Control V. All right. There we go. All right. I mean, technically you could do this in Mixcraft, but it just really didn't lend itself to it. But the way that Reaper is set up is that effects and instruments all get plugged into the same track, which is double-edged sword. But in this case, I wanted like some top end, but I think Super 8 is really it's a mono instrument, so like having a low and a top end in the MIDI channel here just wouldn't work. So now I can just have one instrument, one version of it that's pitched down, and one version of it that's pitched up, and hopefully it sounds really out of tune. Why does it sound... Oh, because it's not tuned correctly. That would explain why. There we go. It still sounds out of tune. I feel like the tuning is so fucking bad. Why is the tuning so fucked? See, I played with this earlier too, and it just like, I don't know what it is. It doesn't sound like, despite me turning it up 12 cents, not 12 cents, 12 tones. Is that the correct word? I don't fucking know. It still seems like it's out of tune. And it did that before I even had two, like on just a single version of this. It's not like because I stacked two layers that it gets out of tune. I don't know why. It seems better in tune at 13, which seems fucking weird, but anyways, let's try that, I guess. Seems pretty good to me. The attack on it is really hard. I'm gonna turn it down in both of them. See, it's OTT here really fucks with the attack. And I have two layers of it, which is what makes this sound so fucking distorted. So, I don't know. I'm going to actually just... What I'm going to try to do is I'm just crank that motherfucker way up. Sounds like it had no effect on it. You still get like this pretty, like, it almost sounds like it's like this percussive addition to it where it goes dum, dum, right? Like it's very short, but the initial attack is still there. A very, very short dum, 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 right? Like it's there. I hear it, but I've adjusted the attack. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can get rid of it. I think it's just because I have so much OTT going on here that it's basically what's happening is it's taking a almost zero signal and lifting that noise floor so high up that it's so instant when it lifts the zero noise floor that it basically acts as an attack, if that makes sense. I think that's what it's doing. I can only guess. That's just gonna have to do. Let's just give it a try now. All together. Okay. Yeah. It's alright. This kick, I kind of want more body. It has a really hard attack, but I kind of want a more body. I don't know what else to say. I want more body. So, let's see what we can do about that. I think I had gone in and I actually tightened up the release on this. No. I did a little bit. There's a tiny little bit there. We just set that back to 0. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I kind of want that to be. I want to hear more of that. Can we lift that out? It's like really getting squashed into the mix. And that probably has to do with, again, more with my over-the-top compression. So if we just come into here and maybe just drop the primary kick drum a little bit. And actually, here's another technique I want to try. I've never actually had a lot of good results with this, but sometimes it's recommended that don't have everything happen right on the beat, but instead just time shift it a little bit off the beat. Snapping. Can I? No. Can I turn snapping off? There, maybe. There we go. Move it a little bit off beat like that. Not everything's triggering at the exact same time. So if a compressor knocks shit down, right? Knocks loud shit down. So if there's something really loud, then the more quiet, then the quieter stuff will get even more quiet. And especially if it's all triggering at the same time, then the most powerful one's going to knock the other one down, right? So instead, if I just shift it a little bit, then it's kind of more like a, right? Does that make, I don't know if I make any sense when I explain this shit. I don't know if that made any sort of a difference. I also just closed my fucking MIDI window. If I just double click something, yeah, okay, all right, cool, that works. So, yeah, I wonder if it's the OTT again that's just causing the problem. It sounds fine there. Well, everything else is over the top. Let's try something fucking insane. All right, so we're already applying a lot of distortion. Let's apply some more. That's not gonna do anything. If I add like sizzly drum room. See how that sounds with everything. Okay. I don't know what it needs. Let's go back. So let's go back to this shitty build-up here. One thing that I can do, and what I'd normally do with a build-up like this, is if we add a EQ that's going to be automated. This is just for automation. How do I want to do it? Do I want two? It's actually pretty... How would I do it? Yeah. I think this one will just be... It's not going to be automated at all. You know, set that at like 160. Let's remove this one, remove this one. This one, on the other hand, will be automated. And so it's going to kind of open up like this. Let's make sure we get that nice bump in it like that. Yeah, so we'll set it there. And then we go here. And we're going to go to the last, Ray Q. And we're going to go to... Probably going to want the wet and... frequency of low pass 2. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so the wet is fine until we get to here. Actually, Actually, maybe not. Maybe I want to... Let's put it here, and then... There we go. Move that there, like that. And then that just removes that. For this one, this is a frequency. So we're going to add a point here, and we're going to have it open. And how do we want to set this curve? Let's do like a fast start. Yeah. Huh. It's not GarageBand. Yeah, okay, so that kind of opens up a little bit too quickly. So... fast end? What is that? Didn't seem to change anything. So I'll just set it to... What is this one? That didn't change anything. Why is that not changing anything? Let's just go linear. Oh, it's switched to fast start. There we go. That kind of looks almost the same. I mean, it looks linear. It almost looks linear. No, this is a Reaper, by the way. This kind of shit down here you can't do with fucking GarageBand. Kind of drops off, kind of brings that bass in a little bit too quickly. We're gonna pull that back, kind of hear that drop out. See how that actually looks. And oh, actually, it probably is not going to change anything here. I can make it look like Logic if I wanted to. I actually have Logic Skin opened right here for Reaper. So if I wanted to look like Logic, I can do that. And I may potentially download this in the future. But for right now, no. Logic is pretty good software, but it's only for Macs. Also, it uses audio units instead of VST. And I don't have any audio units. Alright, so I kind of want like some cool filtering going on. So let's go back here. Let's add in one more band. We're gonna set the bandwidth way down. Bump that up. Like, yeah. I don't know. Let's bump it up 7. Move that down there. All right. We're going to add in another. Add in another. We're going to go 3 frequency. There we go. All right. And then just for this section, I wonder if 3 points is going to be enough. We'll start with 3 points. And let's set the curve to like fast. Okay, it set that one. Don't set that one. I want this one. Fast. Yes. This one I want to be yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit weak. First of all, let's bump that way the fuck up. And let's set its starting frequency. It can start at 0, that's fine. Set this one down to like, yeah, 12. Can I set an exact value? That would be great. Is there no set exact value? Set point value. There we go. Yeah, do that. And it'll return to like, I don't know, let's do like 400. That's probably fine. Getting there. Definitely getting there. I do want more out of this. Way more. Way more. Let's bump it way the fuck up. And then I'm going to set its starting point at like 200. Set this down to not 1,000. I meant 10,000. And the return point, yeah, 400 is fine. Yeah, that was pretty good. I want it to return faster, so we'll do it like that. What if what if instead kind of do this? So set that there, set this to 400, and put this. Boy? FYI? That volume. Is the volume pretty loud? It could be pretty loud. I think I'm editing the wrong one. Set point value to 10,000. Then I need to quickly return. Oh shit. Ah! I know what the fucking problem is. I have the yeah. Fucking stupid. I have the wet dry. It's turned off here. That's why I can't hear the return. Oh man. Alright, so I have to, okay. Fuck. Alright, we need to disable this one. This one here. Okay. And then we're gonna have to add another fucking goddamn right EQ. This one, I can remove this. That's fine. And this to band there. Since it was actually dropping the volume, let's just set this to 12 because it's pretty intense. I thought 20 was going to be pretty intense. So that's already a pretty nice sweep right there. Let's make it a little bit wider. Yeah, all right. Then we go to the trim, go to this one, frequency. And here, and here. And we're gonna do the same thing. This one. Why can I not? Give me the fucking point. There. Set point value to 10,000. Set the return point to 400. Have this shape be fast end. And this one shape is fast start. There we go. All right, let's see how that sounds. And then, well, for now, I'll leave it like that. That's fine. I'll mess with it later. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's make that go up a little bit higher. And a little bit sharper. And then the last thing we need to do is go here, do the wet, dry, and nope, wrong one. Stop it. Set the point shape to square. There. Okay. Okay. set the fucking loop to that. We got something there. It's getting there. Still needs a lot of work. All right, so I could probably just automate this. Speaking of, actually, hang on. I want to, let's go back to here. This one, I want to move this up a lot. Like 300, maybe? Let's see how that sounds. Okay, yeah, that's better. We go down here and we're gonna set the trim to, where's the EQ? God, I hate this fucking list. This is just the worst fucking way of managing automation lanes. Okay, frequency of high pass. Yeah, that one, right? I think. High pass, yes. High pass 1. Okay. So here, I'll put that there, and let's set the point value to 350, just like where the bass line is at. This one too. Set the point value to 350 hertz. All right. Cool. Let's put this part here. Let's edit this. Move this over here where I'm not stretching my neck just to see. So, what do we want it to do? Let's listen to that again. Probably remove this one and set it to that. Okay. Stretch this out. Move that all the way over there. We're going to take this and... Oh, what's going on with that? That's weird. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well... then we'll just make it into 2 separate tracks. Or 2 separate MIDI parts. So remove that, and then let's set it to 16ths. There. All right. There. Move this over here. Still pretty weak. I don't know if I want to fuck with it though. I'm just trying to learn the software. It's gonna have to do for now. Fuck with that later. One thing I do want to do though is just kind of give a little more life to these claps here. So let's go in here. Let's add delay. Let's solo this for now. I just want to hear what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. Let's set the mix down a little bit. Yep, that works for me. Let's throw in a little EQ. I don't want to EQ it off too much. Still fine to me. All right. And then we set a trim on it. We go to Valhalla delay and we go to... this is the fucking pits, man. Look at this shit. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. There's wet right there. Oh, I just had to scroll through all of this horse shit. Oh, there's gotta be a better way of doing that. It is just the fucking worst. Okay, at least I can minimize instruments, but, like, I guess, oh, okay, so there's at least a filter here. Alright. I guess that's okay. That's an acceptable solution to an endless fucking list of fucking MIDI channels to automate, but alright. Whatever. Okay, so what I want to do is start the wet at... oops. I didn't mean to create a new one. Yeah, there we go. Start the wet at 0%, and then, I don't know, probably not at the very end, but somewhere close before the end. Start at one measure before the end, have it 100% wet. So it kind of slowly adds in the upbeat of that clap. So let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that's okay. Again, this whole like build up is pretty weak, but I don't know. I mean, this song is just about learning how to use Reaper, so I guess it doesn't have to be the biggest fucking bass drop of the year. Because I don't think I'm going to achieve that. I don't feel like putting in the effort. So I'll probably come back to this and maybe make some more adjustments, add some more layers, maybe add a nice pad in there that like kind of ramps up with everything else. But because yeah, right now just having 2 layers building up is it's on the weak side. Definitely on the weak side of things. So maybe adding another instrument in there will kind of put some life into it. But for now, not going to worry about it. Oh, but there is one thing I would like to do. Let's add in... I don't want to use Redline. Let's use... Did I favorite it? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Here we go. This is always a good reverb. Wait, don't I have another... Did I have another new reverb that I just forgot to add to my favorites? I think I have a better reverb for, like, nice, clear, airy kind of stuff. I don't remember what it was. Guess it's not too important. Not really seeing anything in my plugins here. Nothing's coming to mind. I feel like I was My previous projects, I was bouncing between two different reverbs. Maybe I think that might have been my delay. Should probably get a new reverb unit though. I need a new reverb plugin and I need a new chorus plugin. I didn't even realize that until switching over to Reaper, but actually Mixcraft's built-in chorus effect is really fucking good. And so I always used that, and now moving away from Mixcraft, I obviously don't have access to its built-in chorus plugin, which then made me realize, oh shit, I never downloaded any sort of third-party chorus plugin, so I literally have no chorus plugin, which is crazy. But yeah, I don't see any reverb here. Not any of the ones that I use. So I think I have like maybe there's probably an M reverb in here. What we call it? I think it's M verb. No, but there is the convolution. Yeah. I think that works as a reverb. Maybe not, never mind. Okay, we'll just remove that. Well, we'll just stick with Towel Reverb. It does some nice airy stuff. It's just kind of an old plugin. Not the cleanest of airy reverbs, but it will do the job. Bring down the mids, bring the lows way down, set the room size. Yeah, probably at 70, pre-delay. Up. Bring up the wet just a little bit. There we go. See how that sounds. Yeah. Yeah, that's something. It's definitely something. I don't know where to take this song. It's kind of the thing. Let's jump back over here. Let's kind of oh no. Let's jump over here where the whole party is playing. The whole arrangement is there. Give it a few listens and see what needs to be adjusted. Alright, some mixing stuff got done there. These two leads are... It's really tough to get them to sit in the mix properly because everything's been squashed to fucking oblivion then. So basically every instrument has been squashed so much with the compressor that it's kind of like every single instrument is shouting at you at once, which makes it really fucking hard to get things to sit comfortably into a mix. I mean, how can you make a bunch of people screaming at you at once sound clear, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I think part of kind of like the hook of it here is hearing that you can hear the reverb, like, because the reverb comes before the compression, and since this is a upward downwards compressor, basically what's happening is everything is being pulled towards the center. So everything down on the floor is getting lifted up and everything above the ceiling is getting pulled down, right? So what happens is when there's an element that's louder than the quietest part, then basically the ceiling is pushing down on the floor. But then as the ceiling lifts, this is a compressor, like lowering the volume of something. So as the ceiling of the compressor lifts, the floor begins to rise, which means it's starting to lift up that reverb. So like the really quiet reverb gets picked up, which is what you'll hear. So you like hear the notes and then you hear the air come in afterwards. Right? You can hear the note and then the air follows afterwards, right? And I actually kind of think it's a pretty cool effect, and I feel like it's part of the hook that I have here. But it's also it takes up a lot of the mixing space. Like it's very clear. I think it needs to be a very delicate balance, and as you can already see on the wet dry mix here, I have it's 6.5% wet, which is pretty fucking dry for an effect. And you still get all that reverb because I have so much compression here that basically even just a tiny little bit way down, like the floor is way down here and the ceiling's way up there, all this compression has squashed it down like this. So even that tiny little bit of reverb gets picked way the hell up. So maybe if we just nudge it down to, let's set it to 5.5, 5.5%. Maybe that'll do. Super stab, super sizzle. Set this to 5.5. And let's set the decay on it too to like 0.9. Even that's not a huge adjustment. Maybe let's try 0.8. Let's go wacky with it. Let's see how that sounds. So you can, I showed off my routing down here, which looks like a mess of wires, and yeah, no kidding. But what I've done is I've actually routed this super stab to feed back into the super sizzle here. So let's see, where's the super sizzle? If we go to, is it this one? I think it's this one actually. Is it this one? No, I think it might be this one. You'll see the gain knob here will move with the stab. So this is the sizzle. This is the sizzle layer right here. The dun dun dun, right? and then the stab is the bloop beep. So the bloop beep will feed into the bum bum bum, and you'll see the gain move when that happens. That might be the wrong layer. Oh, there it is. So what's happening here is that the stab is basically knocking the volume down. It's basically kicking the sizzle out of the way, so that way it can cut through more clearly. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And if you're wondering why it comes in so clear here, that's because if we open up the trim here, which one? Must be this one. Oh shit, hey, why does it come in so clear there? Because see, here you can see the trim, the automation actually comes down on the send. So basically it's almost kind of like, if you look down here, it's almost kind of like, where's the fucking... here it is. These two right here. We have the stab and the sizzle right here. So it's almost kind of like taking this wire and unplugging it just temporarily and then plugging it back in. That's what's happening here. So that way both of these layers can come through clearly. I don't know why it's coming through here clearly. What I am noticing though, however, is that if I go back to this, I'm on the stab. I need the sizzle. That the gain knob is actually not moving as much as it was before. So it's not kicking it out of the way as much. Alright, that's fine. So, I'll just have to go back here and insert these points. Set the point, shape to square. Move this guy. Actually, I can move this one there. And set that one to -11 is fine. That one there. Put this one here. Select that point, point shape, square. Take this one and bring it back up. What is that? Yeah, I think it should be set at 0. That one has a small plus on it, but it's fine. Should be at 0. There. Yeah, alright. So, there's some mixing work. I still don't really know what the fuck to do with this song. Like, cool, everything's mixed a little bit nicer, but what's next? We can take a look at the drums. There was one adjustment I did want to make to the drums that I haven't done yet. Although, I don't know, I'm kind of happy with them. Yeah. Move this over. Let's go here. Let's adjust these. Oh, there are 2 layers of snares? Oh, okay, alright. That works for me. That's what I need to do anyways. Alright, let's duplicate these snares. Or not duplicate, but pull them out. Let's see, what are our sounds here? That one's fine. That one's a little bit intense. Let's go ahead and remove that one from the mix. What about this one? Slightly too intense. Let's remove that one. I think that's it. This one's kind of a, yeah, kind of electronic kind of pop. Let's see how that sounds. Surprisingly still pretty thick. Let's try removing this one then. It's weird that this track is clipping because there is a clipper here to put it under control. I know there are some effects after it, but most of these are reducing its presence in the mix. So I guess the reverb could, I don't know, man. Whatever, I can just throw in another clipper. Just kind of manage, wrangle everything, control. You know, right now, all of the bass is contained within here, but you know, it might be kind of neat, kind of thick if I throw in a sub bass, basically break this up into two parts. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to duplicate it. Just like that. Yeah. Does it have all the same routing? I think it does. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't really need to be sent to the reverb channel, but I want to go ahead and bring it down. -12. All the bass is cut out in the reverb channel anyways, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and disable Super 8. I'm going to add in Xenology. Move that up to the top like that. And we're going to go to bass. I think it's going to be sine bass. I think that's the one that I like. It's a nice super deep sub. Although I have all these effects on it that need to be removed first. Let's remove the distortion unit, that's for sure. What the fuck? Oh, I know what that's doing. Okay, we can remove that. Let's disable those for now. Definitely don't want that one. That one's fine. Can remove that one. That one's for the modulation at the start. And so is that one. So we can remove that. We'll bring in the bass here. All right. How does that sound? All right. It needs to be pitched down first, but I do think that's the bass line I'm looking for. Yeah, there's some nice deep bass. That one's really good too. There's a nice kind of graveliness to it. Ooh, you can hear it lift that fucking noise floor way the hell up. Again. Oh, it's like a cat purring. Oh man. That's a sub buster right there. Oh man, that's a hell of a fucking sub bass. All right, let's hear that all together. We're gonna need more headroom for that though. Okay. Yeah. I don't really know what else to do. I'm not having the creative sparks right now. I don't know. Let's see what we have. Is it too deep? Let's edit this real fast. Let's just snap to quarters. Should be fine. Yeah. Let's see how that sounds. I'm gonna try something pretty wacky here. I'm gonna go ahead and... Well, let me just... Yeah, I will. Cool. Now, I've actually... Is there just a pitch for this course tune? That's what we want. We want to bump it up 12. There we go. So then, same thing here. These are the same. It's just 2 layers, which make a really thick bass. Is there an amp that I can... Yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of layered them together. Just gotta get this mix right. I want to make sure this is adjusting what I think it's adjusting, right? Yeah, I think so. Is it already layered? So I basically just added a third layer of this in there. Which that makes me think, if that's the case, so the top one should be the same as it's similar. It's basically like 3 layers, so it's like this is a sub bass layer, this is an octave up. So we have super low, 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 less low. So this one, I can turn that one off, and you can, it kind of smooths out, because this one and this one are basically the same. So by turning one off, they're not like conflicting with each other. Okay. We can delete this ghost layer, because it's receiving basically the same information from the kick thump. And send. Honestly, it doesn't need to send there either. Let's just remove that. Okay. Wow, that's pretty ugly. Where is this one? All right. need some like risers and some other like build-up effects. I don't feel like making those right now though. Those always take a lot of work. I don't know. I think I'm gonna... I don't know. I just noticed someone... I just noticed someone joined. Oh boy, someone's here to talk to me. I was just about to wrap up the stream, but I don't know. Are you gonna give me a second wind or not? Are you just some sort of fucking like Twitch bot or some spammer or something? Are you a real person? Tell me. Tell me, stranger. I'm running out of ideas for this. So, whatever the case may be, for sure, I think I'm just probably done with music for now. If there is someone here to talk to, maybe I'll play a game, or I can move over to learning the other software I'm trying to learn. Kind of funny, the bass really turns up. Buy an FT. Of course. I knew I could count on you, and here you are. You're here. Why would I go to sleep? It's only 10 o'clock. I'm running a... I don't have any steam for the music right now. This song isn't really striking any sort of inspiration with me. Like, it's groovy. I like all the distortion and stuff, but I don't fucking know what to do with it other than, like, here's a cool loop. I could probably build it out some more, but like I said, right now I don't have that spark of inspiration for what else it needs to kind of bring it together as a song and not just a groovy loop. That's the Chinese knockoff of Fruity Loops. Groovy loops. You got all your different DAWs. You got Songcraft, you got Studio 2, you got Angel, and you got Groovy Loops. Can't forget Squarebase. And Unableton. So stupid. Unableton. Oh man, what's the Chinese knockoff for Logic? I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I'm done with this. Since you're here, let's see. I do have Unity open here. Here, you can look at my stupid little maze that I made. It's not finished. I still have to add. Let's see here. Adding lighting and displaying messages accordingly. So still need to do that. Yeah, there's actually still a lot left in this chapter. Who would have thought making a dumb little maze game would take up half a fucking book? Oh, what's up with the lighting? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's click on something that's not the starter assets. Let's see. I have... Where's my other script? There should be a timer script in here. Oh, those are scenes. Oops. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, look at that maze. Look at that maze. That's a Unity maze right there. We can take a look at the top of the screen. There's a little timer that's ticking. And when you pick up a box, nothing displays on the UI yet, actually. It's all in the console down here. Look at the console. So you got a maze, and you got some blocks, and you pick up the blocks, and you get a point, and you navigate the maze, you pick up the block, you navigate the maze, you pick up the block. It's riveting, I know. I forgot one back here. There's one hiding here, I think. And then this is the last one. And then what happens when I pick it up? It loads into a new level that doesn't have a timer or anything. So that's it. You've seen all of my work. That's the thing right there. You can see my... Let's see, which one am I using? I'm using the timer script. This is kind of a mess right now. Because, so, Mr. Dude who wrote the book hasn't updated the download files. Which, first of all, it's kind of annoying that you have to download files to go with the book. I think the other book that I had, that I never actually finished, everything was made from scratch. So you didn't have to download any assets to actually complete the book. Annoyingly, this book, you do have to download assets to complete the book. However, Unity has had some updates since whenever you uploaded those assets, and now they don't work anymore. And so I had to build this maze from scratch. Apparently, if I was able to actually download his assets, there would already be a maze there that I would just populate with the little red blocks and set up the scripting and all that. I wouldn't have to make the maze itself. But unfortunately, I couldn't download that, so I had to make the maze myself. And it comes with a bunch of art assets too, but I guess that's not too important. I can just color things with the material editor. We can just, I don't know, let's just create a new material. How do I do that again? I don't remember. Material there. Just create a new material and color it. I don't know. What color do we want to make the walls? Let's make them like a brown. Kind of desaturate it a little bit. Bring it up. Bring up brightness. There. And there we go. And we'll just call that walls. And just kind of drop that on. Like that. See, I don't need textures. I can just do colors. Everything will just be just plain fucking geometry. Yep. There we go. We'll color those towers the same as the walls. It's trying to put it on the camera. I don't want it on the camera. Buy a reference book for the newest version. I think you're making a joke about my about this book, right? That's what you're saying, right? Because it gets updated so often, it becomes outdated so quickly, so you don't need to, right? So is that what you're making a joke about? There are some interesting new things I kind of want to play around with in the new version of Unity. In the default asset package is a visual scripter. And I actually haven't heard anyone talk about it. Actually, it's funny because, Google being Google, I'm guessing since I have my phone nearby is that it's always listening to me and it knows I'm interested in making games now. And go figure, YouTube recommended me a video of some guy discussing the differences between Unity and Unreal. Part of me almost kind of wants to bounce back to Unreal again, but it's like I'm stuck in this endless fucking loop where it's like I don't fucking know. Do I want to go with Unity or do I want to go with Unreal? And the one point that really kind of convinced me was that even though Blueprints, which is their visual scripting language, is maybe not the most efficient thing for scripting, it was mentioned that Blueprints are very good for, first of all, getting you familiar with the C++ syntax, and second of all, for small productions, small teams, their Blueprints are just better. If you don't know scripting, Blueprints do a really good job. It's not the best, but it's if you don't know scripting, it's still really fucking powerful. And that's kind of if I could just, it seems like it'd be a lot easier to get into Unreal using just Blueprints. But I still have to learn Blueprints. Plus, if I do need to actually code anything that Blueprints can't do, that means I have to use C++. And all of my reference materials are for C#. So it's before I get too deep into the Unity rabbit hole, I can't fucking decide, if I'm going to dedicate a bunch of fucking time to learning some piece of software, I want to know which is the right goddamn choice. I wish I hadn't watched that video, because now it's I'm kind of second guessing whether I want to stick with Unity or not. I know Unreal has really nice lighting. I really like the lighting just out of the box with Unreal. It's so much better. And buy a book, just get your feet wet. Make an affiliate link for books first. I can never get a real fucking answer out of you. You have to be drunk or high to actually give me a legitimate fucking answer. What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I couldn't just play around with the visual scripting. Yeah, here it is, visual scripting. I don't know which one to use though. What's the difference between a script graph and a state graph? Maybe you could decipher that. Start with a script graph. Let's just call this visual scripting test. Edit the graph. See, the one thing that gets me about Unreal is that state will fuck me up. Okay, then I guess I went with the right choice with scripting. The one thing that gets me with Unreal is that I don't think the asset library is as large. Any preferences? Set to reload scripts during play mode. This causes instability in visual scripting plugins. Please. Wait. Did it just change it? Okay, so what am I looking at here? Oh, okay. Here's like a grid. All right. So we can create variables. It's under time. Wait until. Hey, those sound those sound similar to some of the time stuff in um fucking RPG Maker. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it's done in with blueprints too, right? So I'm wondering if it's going to do the same thing as blueprints. I don't know where to start. Like what do I want to do? Um I don't know. Let's try to recreate um my timer script but with a visual script. Um so let's see. We need to add. Actually, I don't even know. If I use visual scripting, will it know what libraries to reference? Or is it collections? Dictionaries? No. Does it just know to reference like those Unity libraries? Unity. Do I even need to call those? All right. Okay. So then what do we want to do? I don't even know where to begin with this. um How do I fucking start? Variables? No. I think the nice thing about at least RPG Maker's like quote unquote visual scripting is like I don't know, there's kind of like a lot like when you just have this on box pickup restart timer. Okay, so the way okay, so yeah, we need to assign con- wait. Yeah, this one's actually not controlling the box pickup. If we wanted to do that, let's switch over to that. I think this is that one. Yeah. So on controller collider. Can I just search that? On controller. Yeah, on controller collider hit. There we go. Okay, so on controller collider hit. Um, how do I? Let's see. Is there? Um. Okay, so there's that. Right. So this is the first entity, and then I can link it, right, to something else. But wait. On controller collider hit. So we want. So there, can I like add a conditional statement? Maybe control? No. That's gonna be. Oh yeah, on control. Okay. So if, see, I feel like at this point I'm only able to do this because I'm looking at the script. The way I was sold on blueprints is that you don't need the scripting. I feel like I'm doing this because I know the scripting, not because I don't know the scripting, right? So if hit collider game object, so we need the if hit an item with a certain tag. If game object, if game object get tag, maybe, would that be it? Get tag. I don't, I don't fucking know what I'm doing because this isn't making any sense to me. Like I'm thinking of this like a script, right? So like this would be, your method, right? Um, and then like this is conditional statement, like part of like this is. I don't understand. How does this work? So on collider hit, if I can't attach it to false. Why is that? Hang on. Let go. Well, if I read up on it, then why can't I only? Oh, okay. Output false. Okay. So this is input and then output. If false, then do something, right? Okay. And then if true, do something. Okay, I get that. What is this? Is this just the output? What's... Wow. Super descriptive. Oh, okay, I see. It's just saying where it's going. I thought this was information. But anyways, I mean, like, if I... It still kind of comes back to the question of, like, do I want to spend the time learning it in Unity, or do I want to... If I'm going to learn visual scripting, should I just spend that time learning Unreal's blueprints instead? I wish you could give me some information on, like, what is collider? Because, like, here... It's already... Okay, so it's already defined hit. Buy a book, find out. Fuck you. I don't think a book is going to tell me which one I should choose. That's just a matter of... That's just a matter of, like, reading reviews, which is kind of what I did today, and it just kind of felt defeating almost, because it's kind of like, well, now I don't know what to commit to instead of just actually committing to something. So let's see. On collider, controller collider hit. If, okay, if, why don't I just do that? If hit dot, switch every month. Hit dot game, what is it? Hit, oh, it's, no, it's hit dot collider. Oops. I think it's hit.collider.game object. Yeah. So yeah, okay, so we just need game object. I think I want to get the tag, right? So if get the tag, oops. No, not type. Did I set the wrong thing? Get tag. There we go. Okay. Enter. How do I? How do I set that? Maybe it's not get tag. We need to know what the box is, right? And the box is tagged. Pick me. So if we want, if the game object is pick me, yeah, there's no pick me there. Yeah, I don't know. Game. Not thinking structurally. I'm not. How do how do I move left or right in this screen? You can scroll up. Oh, okay. Middle mouse click. What I'm really just trying to do is yeah, but okay. So but how okay, so on what I'm trying to do right now is when Bean Guy touches box, which is on controller collider hit, I think, something happens. So on controller collider hit. Be nice if it like if I hovered over it, it'd give me information like what's the normal, what's the point, what's the data, what's the move length, move direction. Kind of gives me some functions though. All right. So do I not want to use an if? So on controller collider hit. So this is the if is already like no. No, because it's already colliding. Like it's gonna be colliding with the ground. And if I just had it use the destroy, then it would just destroy the ground. So that wouldn't work. So we need to make sure that I don't want to use an if. Okay. Um, I mean, how to... am I still barking up the right tree with tags? I don't... I mean, I'm kind of lost in my own thought right now, so I'm not really... I don't think I'm really telling you anything. Kind of just trying to think about this. So right now, the only thing that I've learned, right, is so for Unity to identify what you've collided with is you can tag the different game objects, right? And so right now we have the on controller collider hit, which all it is doing is detecting the bean is colliding with something. That includes the ground, boxes, walls, anything. So if I were to throw in a is destroy here? Yeah, there is. So if I throw into probably game object. I don't know what the T is. Oh, okay. So if I were to just throw in... Oh, wait, what? I can assign the object? Can I... Okay, what did I call the box? Let's go to... it's called collect box. Nope. Wait. That's a material. So, okay, so on controller hit destroy game object. And I mean, that makes sense. But, where's my box? This is the material. Where's the box? Is it case sensitive? No, because collect box there is... I don't know, let's just try the material. Oh, on controller hit destroy collect box. Okay. Let's assign that to my bean. No. No, you don't. Okay, so it doesn't work like the scripts either. So you don't just attach. You don't attach the grid to a game object. Do I need to assign it then? So, what is it? Player capsule. So do I just assign it here? Player capsule. Okay, like that. So is that on my player capsule now? How do I know? There's my collect object script. That's the original one. I can disable that temporarily because I'm kind of trying to replace that. Alright, let's just give it a try. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to show up on the player capsule. It's just assigned, I guess. Alright. Oh, hey! That did remove it. No. That's still from my old script. I thought I disabled that. Why is it running? And what are these warnings I'm getting? Failed to fetch inherited attributes on Unity Plastic. I don't know what that is. Coding custom attribute. Seems like it's trying to load some sort of texture or something for an asset, I think. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that. I turned off the script. Why is it still activating? It is that one, right? That prints the message? Yeah. Yeah, it's that one. So, why is it still working? It shouldn't. Can I just remove it then? I can always add it back later. All right, let's try this again then. Nope. Nope, no collisions happening there. Yeah, it might be. Do I need to... These variables will persist even application quits. Unity object references are not supported. We're getting these weird fucking spammy messages in YouTube chat. I don't recognize any of these names that pop in here. Just like drop some fucking spam. Is it? It might be being filtered by Restream. I don't know what it looks like on YouTube. Do they include a link or something? Is it like some sort of fucking like Bitcoin or NFT or whatever crypto scam thing? Let me go to my live dashboard on YouTube and not Restream. How do I even do that? I never fucking use it. There it is. Okay. Buy NFTs. No, it's no link or anything. It's just like some fucking wacky, just fucking gibberish that they come in here, drop, and then just fucking disappear. All right. Um. So yeah, this has been assigned to the player capsule. Destroy game object collect box, but it's a material, so I don't know if this is just not assigned properly or if it's because this is a material and not the actual game object. Inputs. Load the entry point to invoke the method. Okay, all right, at least they provide some information here. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. I was kind of hoping that, obviously this is not talked about in the book at all. Um, it's just when I noticed that in the 2021 version of Unity, they added visual scripting by default. Kind of just was interested to take a look at it. I mean, the visual scripting has kind of always been there, but it was a plugin that you had to pay for. I think it was probably built by some other like third party or something. But I guess Unity finally decided to just make it native to probably keep up with Unreal. So, because I think slowly over time, Unreal has taken Unity's place as the top indie game engine. I can just add a new variable here. Okay, I see. So like this is just independent. Like if I bring this up, add the score, but I don't. I guess I could. Okay, let me enter the fucking name. Okay. Type integer. Starting value is 0. There we go. Okay. So on destroy. So on collider hit destroy game object. Variables. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't fucking know. You're right. If I'm gonna mess with this, I probably just need to read more about it because, yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing. It's not as intuitive as I wish it was, and I guess it's slightly different than what I'm used to because like I can't just. I mean, this is the way that Unity works. It's a lot of drag and drop stuff. Is you just like you click it. Like I think I removed this script from my bean, so I just like click it. That's a whole like a parent, so I'll just drag it onto this object here, and there we go. We go over here, and there's the script. It's just attached to it. What have I done? There it is. So. Feeling like my brain's fried just accomplishing nothing. Just thinking hard about this. Hmm. Go to YouTube. Try that out. Go to tutorial. Unity Visual Scripting 2021. It's using the old system. Let's see what CodeMonkey has to say then.
Hello and welcome, I'm your CodeMonkey, and this is a pretty quick video just highlighting some changes with visual scripting in Unity 2021. As you might know, visual scripting in Unity is
I already hate it.
Bolt, which was a third-party tool that Unity bought. So if you're using Unity 2019 or 2020, then you use visual scripting through the Bolt package. However, if you're using Unity 2021, then visual scripting is now built directly into the engine, so there's no extra packages you need to install. There's only a handful of minor changes, so if you're searching for Bolt tutorials, all of those should still work in Unity 2021, just with a few minor tweaks. Speaking of that, I made a complete visual scripting course going from start to finish.
Okay, hang on. I just noticed something right there. So I do add unit. Start. Hey, there's something. Okay, all right, then wait, hang on. Update. On update. Control. Okay, all right. Well, I got a little bit more progress. No, because it doesn't need update. No, so this is like a start as well. So, well, fuck. Okay.
I teach in the course is still up to date. You just need a few minor changes if you want to follow it with Unity 2021. The course teaches you everything about visual scripting through the making of 3 complete games, starting off with a simple platformer game, then moving on to a more complex action RPG with tons of features like multiple weapons, enemies, dungeons, shops, skills, and so on. And finally, the last game is a really awesome FPS that teaches you how to use visual scripting in 3D with tons of weapons, a really nice hookshot ability, and an awesome boss fight. Check out the complete course with a link in the description. So let's see those minor changes. The first one is, like I mentioned, how you install it. In Unity 2019 or 2020, you go into the Asset Store and grab the Bolt package. Then you open up the package in Package Manager and import it. And then pops out the Bolt Setup Wizard. Okay, so that's the install process for Unity 2019 or 2020. For Unity 2020, it's instead installed as a built-in package. So you go into the Package Manager, and up here select the Unity registry, and simply scroll down and find the Visual Scripting package. Now in Unity 2020, you have a Quick Setup Wizard menu, whereas on Unity 2021, this does not exist. So over here, you just go ahead and click on Next. And then here it asks you a really interesting question. So do you want some human naming or programmer naming? So this has to do with what text shows up on the nodes. And this one is also different in Unity 2021. In the new version, you no longer have the option. The only one you get is human naming. So continuing the Unity 2020 wizard, over here you see some assembly options. This is for more advanced use cases where you want to load some external libraries. So in most cases, just leave everything on default and hit on Next. Then you've got a list of types, again for more advanced use cases where you want to add your own custom.
Yeah, okay, so this isn't really like a tutorial, it's just yeah. So, but he did say that it's the same as Bolt for the most part, so this should be okay. It's a little bit long, but
this is the first part out of 3 of making your first game with no code using visual scripting. And in this series, we're going to be making this game. You might have seen this game from one of Brackett's tutorial, but in this series, we're not going to be using code. Instead, we're going to be using visual scripting. I'm going to be using Unity for this series, and the version that I'm going to be using is 2021. So if you want to follow along, make sure you have a version 2021 installed, and we'll start a new project by selecting this version. It's going to be 3D project, and the project name, I'll just call it the cube. Let's create it. The goal for the first part is to set up our scene for our game and also add player movement. In this new project, we're going to go to hierarchy and right click to bring a drop down menu, and we'll go on
I don't need to see
objects
set up the
and
scene.
add
I just want to
Box
know.
collider is one of the collision shapes that we have in the folder. Now that we have a simple scene setup, we can start looking at player movement. And in this series, we're not going to be using code. Instead, we're going to be using visual scripting. And that is why I'm using version 2021. Unity added visual scripting into this version. If you use previous versions of Unity, you need to import a package called Bolt. But if you're using version 2021 or above, you don't have to import any packages. So to add move logic for our player, we can select our player and go to Inspector, click Add Component, and we're looking for a script machine. Select that. This will add two components. We have the variable components right here and the script machine component. We're going to set up some variables later on, but for now we're going to work with the script machine. So in the script machine, for source, we have two options: embedded or graph. If we select embedded, then the logic that we'll create only exists in this game object. But if you use a graph option, a new file is going to be created and you can reuse this graph with other game objects as well. So let's create a new graph. I'll call it player graph. And now we have the option for edit graph. Once you click edit graph for the first time, Unity is going to go ahead and...
Okay, yeah, I already see. I see how it works. So it is still attached to a game object, but you have to add the component first. So I think what I've done here, yeah, this is just a graph, which is what he was creating. So I would probably click and drag this on to the player capsule. So first I'm going to remove this script again. And then add component. What did he do? What did it call? What did he call it? Fuck, what was it called? Script machine. Add component. Script. There it is. Okay. So then can I just like drag this? Yeah, there we go. Hey, we've learned something. Alright, so we just have the on-collider hit and destroy object. Let's see if that works. Or if I'm going to need to do more. Is my thinking in the right space? No. Nope. Nope, it wasn't. But at least I know it's attached, right? So it is attached to my little capsule. So I think the problem is that in this script, it is looking for the material, not the game object. So I don't know how the fuck to... I don't know how to assign the correct object to it. It's weird, there's all these other assets there, but my little box is not there. Yeah, well, I'll keep going through that guy's tutorials. Maybe later, honestly. Kind of getting overwhelmed with, you know, there's the whole debate of whether I want to learn blueprints in Unreal or not. And then, you know, I have my book over here, and then there's learning visual scripting. And so maybe what I want to do first actually is just focus on one thing at a time. Let me get through this book, and then I'm not gonna switch. Okay. I didn't see the switch part. I didn't see the switch part. I thought you just told me to buy another book for Unity. I'm not gonna buy another fucking book for Unity. But yeah, let me at least finish this. At least it'll get me more familiar with just, you know, programming logic. You know, the foundation. Yeah, keeps you on your toes. So, I have like half this book left. I've been kind of plowing through it pretty quick. So I think I'll get this done, you know, I'm sure by the end of the month this will be finished. Hopefully sooner than that, but, you know, can't make any promises here. But I feel pretty confident in saying by the end of the month I'll be done with this book. And at that point, we'll see how I feel about sticking with Unity or switching over to Unreal. And if I want to stick with Unity, then I'll learn its visual scripting. But if I want to move over to Unreal, then I'll try to learn blueprints. Yeah. I think that's the plan. I don't know why I don't see my box in here. But there are other game objects in here. Maybe it needs to be prefab? I think that's what it's called. I think I have to take the... Yeah, let's try that. Just want to see if I have the right thinking here. I'll just put it in the materials folder, that's fine. So we'll just put that box there. And now it's a prefab. And then... let's go back here. Let's see if it'll show up in the prefabs now. It does! Look at that! See? Alright. If you read half the Unreal book, that's like one... Yeah, read half the Unity book and half an Unreal book. That's a whole programming book. One whole programming book. But look, see, my train of thought there was correct, at least about that. So I can only assign game objects that are prefabs, not game objects that are, I don't know what you'd call them, but just exist solely within the hierarchy. They must be a prefab here. They must be an asset. So now that I've assigned the correct asset, is my thinking right? No. No. There's still something I gotta work out there. There's still something missing here. Maybe it's just because I've specified, you know, this and yeah, maybe. I'm gonna try moving it to, oh. How do I delete this? No! Okay. Well, shit. Oh, okay, just a right... I thought I right-clicked, whatever. Okay. Here. Collider. Try that. I'd feel more confident if there's like a save button. What's happened here? Scenes. Did I make a change? Wait, but that's what I'm trying to... Just fucking whatever. Whatever, Unity. Yeah, I know, but, you know, if I can figure it out, then it'd be nice if I could figure it out. Which I'm clearly not, but... lighter? This is my last guess. And then, yeah, we'll just call it there. Yeah, all right. Well, like I said, I'm going to finish the book first. I think that's priority number 1. It's just finishing the book. And then I'll decide what to do next. Whether I want to watch that guy's video tutorials about using visual scripting in Unity, or just switching over to Unreal and starting the learning process all over again. At least now we can jump on these boxes. All right, well, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to my little bean here. Let's remove that. This variables is, I think I added that by accident. Okay, that can also be removed. And then we just add the collect objects script to the player capsule. Let's make sure I didn't mess anything up. Yeah, okay. So everything's back to normal. So tomorrow, when I continue working on this little maze game here, I'll be right back to where I was. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it. So, thanks for joining. And we'll figure out what I'm gonna do next some other time. Take care. I'm done streaming. Been streaming for almost 3 hours. Just shy of 3 hours, so that's probably more than enough. All right. See you later.